All right, hello, folks. It is almost the end of this year, 2018, and I have some. This video don't look good, and I actually don't care because I had to get in front of the camera because it's a very serious thing that I got to talk about with you all. That I learned today that is going to affect me for quite some time personally. Buddy I know passed away very suddenly yesterday, and as a result of that, I cannot provide you with as many videos. This is going to be indefinitely because of this, and I'll just touch on who this person was. This was somebody I knew, a businessman, but a very friendly guy, very good, honest person with a lot of integrity and a really just down to earth man who was great for all the people he worked with. He was basically the man who ran most of the Arby's franchises here on Long Island. Most of the ones, the ones in Jericho, Belmore, Lindenhurst, Twin Queens, one in the Fresh Meadows, and I believe Middle Village. His name was Tom Clark, Clark Restaurants. Family owned business, a very generous, kind man. And when I went there today, I saw that there was a sign in the window they were closed because he passed away. And he was in his late 60s, I guess, but I mean, he looked young and healthy. And from what I understand, what I was told, he suddenly passed away of a medical condition, medical situation. And it just shows you how fragile life can be, I just saw him last week. He knows who I am. Me and him, we got along great. And I was one of his favorite customers. And it's really unfortunate when somebody passes away. And it just brings back, to me, it brings back all the bad memories of when I lost my mom. I lost my mom in 2000. I've been through a lot of losses in my life. So when I found this out, even though I was on the outside, I just started crying profusely. I couldn't stop. And I cried for like an hour or two. And I'm probably going to cry some more tonight because I can't believe he's gone. I can't believe he's gone. And I just can't believe it. And so I don't know why, what happened exactly, but I'm very upset about it. And my condolences go out to his family, to all the staff at the Arby's locations and all the other franchise stores he owned. Uh, he was a very kind, generous man. Such integrity, something you don't see enough of in the business world today. And it's very sad. I don't know if there's going to be an obituary in the news, but I figured I would talk about it because, uh, when somebody passes away, it's very upsetting, and especially when you don't expect it. And it kind of reminds me of that. I'm going to talk a little bit about death and some of the deaths that I've had to deal with, some of the losses I've had to deal with in my life. When I was a teenager, going to high school, uh, my parents were divorced. I lived with my mom and her parents, and my grandfather and grandmother. And unfortunately, I came home one day from high school, saw an ambulance and a police car outside of my home, and they told me my grandfather passed away. He was a healthy man too. Just suddenly died, and uh, it just happened all of a sudden. He was just outside. He was very active. He always insisted on doing the yard and stuff, and he was outside. They just found him, and he died of a heart attack. And it's very serious. Going through that. And after that, my grandmother was never the same because she loved him dearly. And my grandfather, Joseph, I take a lot after him, because he's very much into photography. We share the similar beliefs, uh, and I'll just put some pictures up of some in my family so you get to know some of my family, all right? And, you know, very close. I mean, as he got older, he got like a little more, senile. I guess as people get older, that's what happens. But I was still shocked because he was a healthy person. Never expected it. And then a couple of years later, my grandmother, she had a brain aneurysm that hemorrhaged, and she had a stroke, and she completely lost her mind, and she had to go to the hospital. She had to go on ventilators, and she was basically living on machines until she passed away because they decided this was not a way to live because basically she was brain dead. Uh, and then through all that, well, before those deaths was when my mom first was diagnosed with breast cancer. And after that happened, and we were living in North Wandsworth at the time, and we had to sell the house and all that, had to move, go into the program and stuff. It's a long story I'm not going to talk about here, but my back when we were living in the program, back living in Seacliff, which is in that town next to Glen Cove. My mother, unfortunately, was diagnosed with the reoccurrence of breast cancer. And when it recurred very rapidly. And I lost my mom in a couple of weeks. Well, it wasn't sudden. It was sudden enough. I mean, my mom, basically what happened was the breast cancer reoccurred and it occurred in her lungs. And so she had trouble breathing. And it was horrible seeing her just, like, literally in a couple of weeks just die. Because it went into her lungs, and then eventually she had a... my mother and I were extremely close. Extremely close. Closer than you could ever imagine. And losing her, this was in 2000, losing her, it may have been 18 years ago. But it still feels like yesterday. And all those feelings kind of came back to me today when I heard about what happened with Tom. And as a result of that, I'm not shutting my channel down, but I'm thinking about it. Because doing this is stressful for me. And stress is not good. And I want to continue to share my videos with you about the Pine Barrens with you. I want to continue to talk about the environment, and I want to continue to talk about the weather, but what do I get but with a bunch of people to keep downvoting my videos? It's like I'm not even appreciated. Why even bother doing this anymore? But I can't do it anymore. And after going through this, I know I'm feeling very sad right now, and perhaps I'll feel better eventually, but right now, it's too much stress for me. And I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to do this anymore. I can't work. I have a disability. I can't handle this anymore. Especially when I don't even get any appreciation for it. I just get a bunch of people that want to intimidate me, and I can't keep fighting this. I can't keep fighting this. I can't keep fighting this because one thing I'll tell you about Tom, and it seemed like within the past couple of months he seemed like he wasn't as happy as he used to be. Maybe he was stressed out about something. And I don't want to get stressed out and then die young too, alright? Life is there's too many beautiful places, too many beautiful things to go, too many beautiful places to go. And I don't know if I have a future here on Long Island anymore. With all the things that I'm losing here, I don't know. The only thing that keeps me here right now is the fact that the only member of my family, my uncle, who I get along with, lives here. He's getting up there too, and I worry about him too. It's death. I've experienced it a lot. Some of you may have experienced it more than me. It's very hard to go through. And I want to keep being here for you to do these weather updates, to show you the Pine Barrens, and talk about some of these environmental things going on. Now, I've already decided I'm not covering any more of these political things anymore, all right? But I don't know if I can continue to do that anymore. You might see There was not going to be a weather update tonight, and I don't know when there is going to be a weather update again. I'm sorry if that upsets you and bothers you, but after what I've been through today and what I've been through, if people don't really respect what I'm doing, and I know there's a group of people out there keep downloading my videos, but if those who like what I'm doing can't show their appreciation, thumbs up my videos, I mean, why bother doing this? It's only getting me upset. It's only getting me stressed out, and nobody really can even appreciate the beauty of the Pine Barrens. And I don't want this being a long video either. I don't want to stop doing YouTube. I'm not telling you that I'm shutting down my channel. But what I'm saying is I'm considering it. It's going to depend on, a number of factors. It's going to depend on, a number of factors personal for me that I'm not going to discuss. All right? I don't know what my future brings on Long Island, and I don't want to leave Long Island. I like where I live in Mineola, but there's just too much change going on. It's not the same place. And now, losing so many people that I know, I mean, a lot of my friends have moved away, and now one of my friends has passed away. And how much more is there a reason to stay here and suffer? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot going through my mind right now, but I just figured I'd share this with you. And if you really have the gall to vote down this video, you are a sad, pathetic individual. That's all I have to say, because, this is serious, all right? And that's why a lot of the content on YouTube quality has gone downhill, because people don't feel like doing it anymore when they get nothing but harassment. It's just what it is. And to my friends, Matt Camper, Andy's Randomness, Kevin, MTA Prodigy, keep up the fight, but I can't anymore. I can't, and I'm done with this fight. I'm not fighting anymore for that cause. I can't go. I'm not even going to go speak at any more public hearings. I'm not doing anything. I'm completely done with it. That completely. I want to continue to talk about the Pine Barrens. Of course I want to, but, we keep getting new proposals for developments time and time again. Between the hills. I mean, these people, it's Wall Street. They have money. You can't stop them. You could die trying. I don't want to die trying. I just want to enjoy my life. All right? It's not worth getting stressed out and getting sick and, it's not worth. Life is too short, and I think the sudden loss that I experienced today, it really reminds me that life is short, and you really need to enjoy every single moment of it, because we're only on this earth a very short time, and there's no sense being upset and miserable about something you just can't change. You can try changing it, and I've tried changing it, but I don't want to try anymore. I want to enjoy life. I want to be in the Pine Barrens. I want to enjoy nature, and that's all I have to say. So I hope you understand. Thank you for watching.